just having your shit just stop working and falling apart and dying, having your lungs die or your heart die or your liver or all of the above. Ugh. That does sound awful. And that would be long term. Like, I think cancer is worse than anything that we've mentioned, like just cancer.
Right.
I think dying of cancer is a zillion times worse than anything that we've talked about here, because you have to live with it for a while.
It takes a mental toll on you.
Yeah. You just sit there thinking, is today the day?
Yeah.
Or am I going to fucking suffer through till tomorrow? You know, that would be worse to me than being dead in a minute.
Well, it's mental torture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is. It definitely is. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. We're all going to die, but we all secretly hope somehow that it's one of those. We all have one of two thoughts. We're either going to die getting laid, or we're going to just go to sleep and not wake up.
Yeah.
That's how we all want to go. One of those two ways, it seems like.
There was a YouTuber out there very early on. He was one of the earliest YouTubers where he did the adventures. He YouTubed all of his travels and things, to where I think he started his channel like way back in 2009, maybe.
Right.
And just before Christmas, he died in his sleep.
Okay.
He was 51 years old. And this guy traveled all over the United States and the world in his last year of doing his YouTubing travels. He was going over to Europe and doing YouTuber over in various parts of European countries and things like that. And I watched him periodically. His channel was called Adam the Woo.
Okay. I don't know.
And just before Christmas, and I have this weird premonition of things. Things hit me just out of the blue for no reason. And just on the day he passed away, I hadn't looked at his videos in probably, I'm probably going to say maybe 3 or 4 months was the last time I checked out, what his latest adventures were.
Okay.
And for some reason I go, I wonder if Adam the Woo has got some new content. So I pulled it up. Adam the Woo dead.
Jeez, whoops.
The day.
The day of, wow.
Yeah. It was weird.
That is weird.
But what this guy died of, he died of congestive heart failure, just due to poor, maybe diet.
How old was this guy?
51.
51? You sure it was poor diet? Sure it wasn't the pinch?
No, I don't think that's what it was, but who knows? I have no idea. But the autopsy came out, and his dad did a video and basically gave everybody the lowdown as to what the autopsy reported. Right. And it was basically clogged arteries and, just congestive heart failure, to where he just died in his sleep.
I think I'm more interested in the fact that his kid died and he felt the need to make content.
Well, the thing is that he already had a channel. His father also had a channel.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And because he was such a popular YouTuber, he influenced a lot of other people to get into YouTubing their adventures and things. And they kind of took this guy as far as being a very influential early YouTuber. And, it was a shock to the YouTube community for the people who do that kind of a thing.
Right.
And he was one, like I said, since he got in so early on doing this, he made his living doing it. I guess he did pretty well at it. I mean, as far as like a yearly income.
Sure.
So this guy was knocking down, 250, 300,000 a year. That's nice. Just doing his thing.
Just making videos. That's great.
Yeah, and he was one that played by the rules very early on, never used any words, never, shared any content, nothing controversial, very clean, very family friendly.
Right.
So, he never dealt with the strikes and the, the suspensions and all that other stuff because he did a family friendly type YouTube channel.
What led you to watch this?
He came up in the feed about probably 10 years ago, and he would go to he would go to certain places and explore abandoned buildings, or
Okay.
abandoned, say, like a abandoned amusement park,
Sure. An
or
old
he would,
mall or something.
yeah, something like that, or he'd travel to parts of the country and see some of the the local attractions,
Right.
and experience it himself, and show you what his experience was. His the people who are he was one of these people who are really into Disneyland.
Okay.
So he was a lifetime membership at Disneyland, and so he often did a lot of YouTubing at Disney World in Florida,
Okay.
because excuse me, he lived in Florida, so he wasn't far from Disney World, and so every time they wheeled out a new attraction,
Yeah.
he would go there and video the new attraction, whatever it was that they
Yeah.
were doing.
Okay.
So he was one of those people. He was really into that.
Yeah.